everybody, this is Jake, and welcome to JSquaredTutorials. This tutorial is going to explain the basics of rendering. And, I hope you enjoy. This is my first tutorial ever, so I hope you paid attention to Jordan's tutorial and you know now what tools you like to use and what your preference is. I'm going to be using the pen tool here, and you should be able to just press P and that should come up to it. Settings are the same with the rubber band on. You can use it without the rubber band, it'd be the same. Just gives you a little guide, a little preview of the curve that you're about to do. Let's see, the first, I've already set up this one here for this tutorial, just to kind of give you a little perspective. This is the image that we're going to render. I'm going to take the rabbit out. So you can put anything behind it. You could put them into a signature for forums. You could you could put them on different things like a wallpaper or whatever. By the end of this tutorial, you will know how to do this. And that's just with the background behind it. Of course, it could be white. It could be no background. But yeah, this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to close this thing out. Don't save. So you just go to File, Open, and then you pick the file, but I've already got it here in recent so I can save some time. Okay, it's going to load up here. There it is, JPEG. It's one layer, it's just the background. First thing I always like to do is duplicate the background. So in case you ever have to go back, you always have a spare background in case you mess something up, which we all do, don't worry about it. Next, I'm going to go down to the bottom layer again, go to Layer, New Fill Layer, Solid Color, and it's gonna say color fill, blah blah blah. Just say okay, that's all fine. And the first color you want is white. Pure white is good. F. That's good. Okay, now you're gonna do again another layer, New Fill Layer, Solid Color. Okay, and you're gonna do black. Those are the only two colors you need. They aren't really colors, I know, but those are the only two fill layers you need. Okay. Now you can see that there's a black layer there. Now here's a little tip that I like to do. It kind of gives you, different ranges of colors for different backgrounds. I like to go ahead and set the opacity for the black layer to about 80. So it's a little bit dark gray there, that's fine. Now you go back, unhide that top layer again, and go ahead and zoom in. I'm way out, so I'm going to zoom into 100. You can see it's pretty simple. There's not a whole lot to it, just kind of going around. I'm going to use the pen tool now, and first thing I'm going to get this guy bigger because a little more space is always good. There we go. Alright, zooming into about 300% now. Just doesn't really matter, just pick a good spot to start. I'm going to start, I'll just start right here. Looks like a good spot. Now just pick the spot. Now you can see this little dude here, that rubber band thing's on, fine. What you're trying to do is just lead it along the edges. Don't go too far that way, off the edge, or you'll have background. Don't go too far in, because then you'll have it'll look cut, it'll look choppy, it won't look good. Try to keep it right on that line, not too far either way. Now once you click, you drag it. As Nerd already told you, just drag it a little bit, get it so top side there is it just goes right along with that edge, and then the bottom part where your mouse is, you want to keep that along where your next click would be. So just go as far as you can like that. Then just do it again, and you keep going like that. Now I'm just gonna go to right here because that's about where the edge of that is, and I'm gonna stop, come out. Don't go into the rest of the body there. Just keep it on the background. Do it like that. Make select, and feather radius 0. Some people like to put a feather on it. I personally do not. I think it kind of messes it up, puts a little bit of a soft edge to it, which I don't think looks good. You can do it, but if you're going to do it, put it about 0.2 pixel. And I'm going to leave anti-alias on. Some people take it off. I leave it on. Alright, now just press delete, deselect. Okay. Now I'm going to go and start back here where I left off. Keep dragging it so that curves are in line with the render there. Now you can, don't forget, you can move your mouse away from there and it won't mess up. As long as you click on, like, I'm going to use the slider here on the right just to move it down so I can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep moving along, and I would recommend not ever making a click without dragging to at least create a little bit of curve for where you're going next. And remember, sharp edges are not really good, so keep it smooth, keep it soft, and I'm just going to go ahead and go along right here. It's looking good, right? Now that was a bad one, see, because I came into this spot right here, and it kind of cuts into the arm, and I don't want that much. So I'm going to Control Z, which is going to undo that. And I'm going to put it right here, keep the curve nice. And then right there on the corner, okay, now I'm going to come back up. Now I clicked down here, I didn't drag because that's a corner bit. Now I'm just going to go up here, keep curving around like that. You can see what I'm doing. I'm always clicking and holding. Don't ever, don't ever just click, or else you have a sharp edge. Now you can see I'm going to have a long curve here, so I'm just going to kind of go up like this, and click and hold. That's good enough. Okay. Now I just want to come back here just so I can, show you how far we've come, and how it looks so far, just to kind of see. Alright, make selection. Okay, delete. Deselect, okay. Now deselect, I have a shortcut for that. It's Command D or Control E if you're on a Windows. I'm obviously on a Mac computer, so it's Command D for Mac. Now you can see we've come along, we've cut along here. It's all looks pretty good right there. I think we're doing good so far. Alright, now I'm going to go back to where we left off. Just keep going along. Okay. Now here's a little trick I have for you. If you decide to cut it a little bit, sometimes it creates a better looking curve, or it just goes in line better. I'm just going to do it like this. So you can see obviously that it messes up. I'm cutting into the guy, right? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up here to the top and select the part that says subtract from path area. And I'm going to come back down here and go like this and select the part that I want to keep in. Now I'm going to go make selection, enter, and look, see how it takes that part out. Go ahead and press delete. That's pretty cool. Now I'm going to make sure you go back up and do the add to keep it on the first bit, add to path area, or else you'll have to go back and do it again. Alright, now keep going along. We're doing fine here. Make sure when you come back on a curve like that, make sure that you are staying in line. You're not going to have a bump right there, because that looks nasty. Just keep clicking and dragging, clicking and dragging. Now right here it gets a little weird, so what I'm going to do is that same thing I just did a second ago. Just to keep the curve clear there and not mess it up. Okay, now go back up to subtract. Keep the eyeball in, right? Hold on, gotta do it right. Alright, here we go. There we go. Alright, looking good. See, it's a big curve again. I can just kind of select and go with it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and come back off right there, because we've got another part of the eyelid. Oops. There we go. Delete.